يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله يا رسول الله هذا الرسول إذا يبسم ترى الأرض نورا فلا تظلم. هذا الرسول إذا يبسم ترى الأرض نورا فلا تظلم. وثار الحبيب إذا ما بدا يداوي القلوب فلا تسقم. وثار الحبيب إذا ما بدا يداوي القلوب فلا تسقم. يداوي القلوب فلا تسقم. محياه طلق كقطر الندى على حسنه دائما أقسم. محياه طلق كقطر الندى على حسنه دائما أقسم. ووجه جميل كبدر الدجى ينير الوجود فلا يعتم. ووجه جميل كبدر الدجى ينير الوجود فلا يعتم. ينير الوجود فلا يعتم. يا حبيب الله يا رسول الله يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله.
It's a few minutes after 10 o'clock. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome into it. It's the Sunday Lounge with me, Salma, Kazi, Wahab. Now, we dusted our hands off. All our Coco Kabadamas and all of them are resting beautifully in our studio. And we're ready to shift gears now to the best of Nasheed. It's your top 10 countdown of the latest, but some of them, not only the latest, but some of the biggest songs or releases from the year 2024. Closer to the end of the year, we'll do a flashback to all the songs that have been released over the course of the year. We introduce them to you, get you to know more about the artists, but also just follow them on their Nasheed journey as well, the events that are taking place around the world, where they're performing and everything that is going on. Like if you remember Adam's Beat, we spoke to them, the US-based children's choir, the first and only American Muslim children's choir that came out of youth choir that has come out of the United States of America. And they recorded their first music video with Dean TV USA. So we're following their journey as well. We've also seen a fantastic event that took place over last weekend, the GPU in the UK, and that had all the team members coming together, all the Nasheed artists you know and love, especially the Awakening Records team. That is for the first time that all of them were together, from Hamoud Al-Khudr to Raif to Masood Curtis to Mahir Zain to Harris J. All of them in one roof, and they said they could not wait, and they put a hint that they cannot wait to be on tour next year. So there's something being planned for 2025 with that entire crew all together, and they were there with the founders of Awakening Records. They've also showed that they're busy, or they've just opened their new studio office in Istanbul as well, and they're busy with some work with Mahir Zain. Mahir Zain is busy on some video shoots and so forth, so we know that something's in the pipeline. There's definitely a new release coming out for Mahir Zain, but not only that, there's something in the works for an international worldwide tour, something to happen next year. So you can be rest assured I'm going to keep a very close eye to see what's being planned for that. Today's show, is proudly brought to you by Steers and Debonair Sparks Road. So you can be rest assured that there's going to be tons of talk about food. We're going to make you very hungry today. If you're anywhere in the Overport area, that's where you need to be headed. We're going to tell you what's latest on their menu as well. And we're going to be tasting it live in studio, live on Facebook and YouTube as well. And I'm not doing it alone. I'm thrilled and honored to be joined today by how do I even introduce her? She's not even one facet. She's everything. She's South Africa's most beloved female media personality. SAFEERA KAKA is with me right in studio today. Let me talk to her straight after this. Let's start that countdown with Asif behind the decks today. Number 10, Our Nabi by the Haqqani Bros. This is a classic Naat medley. We all know them. We love them. Here we go.
خير الورى خير البشر يا مصطفى سهر
Number 10.
تھا معصوم کلیاں مسکراتی تھی ہوائیں خیر مقدم کے ترانے گنگناتی تھی ابھی جبریل بھی اترے نہ تھے کعبے کے منبر سے اتنے میں صدا آئی ہے عبداللہ کے گھر سے مبارک ہو محمد مصطفیٰ تشریف لے آئے صلی وسلم دائما ابدا علی حبیبک خیر الخلق كلهم محمد سید الكونين وثقلين محمد سيد الكونين وثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم صل على خير البشر خير البشر يا مصطفى صل على خير البشر خير البشر يا مصطفى نہ کوئی آپ جیسا ہے نہ کوئی آپ جیسا تھا کوئی یوسف سے پوچھے مصطفیٰ کا حسن کیسا تھا زمین و آسمان میں کوئی بھی مثال نہ ملی هو الحبیب الذی ترجى شفاعته هو الحبیب الذی ترجى شفاعته لكل يوم من الأموال منقطعين يا صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم چاند کو نصیب آج بڑی ہے یہ آثار بتاتے ہیں کیا پاتے ہیں مرحبا 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 صلی عليك يا رسول الله وسلم عليك يا حبيب الله صلى عليك يا رسول الله وسلم عليك يا حبيب الله أهلا وسهلا مرحبا يا رسول الله أهلا وسهلا مرحبا يا رسول الله يا رسول الله يا رسول الله
Radio Alenka, 24/7, 360.
Keeping with this, we offer you a large range
air conditioners, coolers at unbelievable prices. Check your local newspaper or our website www.powersfund.com for our in-store unbeatable prices. From our appliance department, get the media 20-liter microwave at 999. We offer you 43-liter electronic microwave at an unbelievable price of 1999. Ours. We promise the best prices in town. If not, we will beat or match any price of any reputable dealer in town.
Was we shopping this one? And you are number one.
You've played it previously.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Top of the volume.
Josh Ray.
5,200 rand. This is a bill, Salma. Shh. Excuse me on radio. For being such an amazing interview call. We love that you was here. Thank you so much for coming. I kid you not, that was one of the most entertaining calls we've taken for a while.
It's back on the Breakfast Rush. A reminder that in the atrium overboard, you will find SAFEERA, our halal steak sizzle. Our beef ribs are delicious and our burgers are legendary. The combos are perfect for big appetite. We have plant-based options too, and mouth-watering desserts. Pop in anytime for all your favorite spare food. We are open from 8 in the morning to 9 p.m. SAFEERA, the atrium. People with a taste for life.
Radio Al-Ansar. 24/7. 365.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Welcome back to the Sunday Lounge live on Facebook as well as YouTube. Welcome into it, and we want to extend a huge thank you to Steers and DURBAN Parks Road. You can order online; they do deliver. You can call them, deliver. They are Sanha approved, Sanha halal certified. Of course, there's no doubt about that. Thank you so much to them. They literally just dropped off, and that smell went through the rooms same time. But let's use this opportunity now officially over brunch or breakfast, sort of. Let's welcome to the Al-Ansar studios for the very first time, I think, SAFEERA KAKA. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Salma, and all the listeners of Radio Al-Ansar. It is magnificent and fantastic to be on air with you today. And I have to admit, the smells.
When you come to Durban, there has to be the towels.
Of course.
Have to have the towels. That was the first thing I said. Now I'm going to make SAFEERA come all the way at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning when she could be relaxing in a hotel, but I've got to make it worth her while. Make sure there's something there for her.
You know me, team food all the way.
Of course. So while we're unpacking these lovely goodies from Steers, you've been celebrating recently. Is it over 2 decades that you've been on radio?
Yes.
It's been over 20 years. Your name, I didn't even have to do a formal introduction because people already know. They're very familiar with you already. You've been in it for so long. We always talk all the time that the Muslim media industry cannot be underestimated in any way. The power that it holds in the homes, in the communities, what it's done. What has that been like for you? That how you've just become a part of everyone's life, even though maybe people you haven't met yet. But how important is this industry?
It's been a surreal feeling to realize that 20 years ago, June 2004, I stepped into a radio station for the very first time. And, stepping into the studios today, it evokes that very same feeling, that excitement, that countdown to when we're going to be on air. And yes, we can never, ever underestimate the importance of Islamic media, especially in this day and age, taking a look at what is happening currently in Gaza. And it's been, for me, it's different facets of it, Salma. You get judged very harshly. People think, why are you dedicating time to Islamic media? Yeah. But at the very same time, I don't think there's anything in my life that I found more rewarding than giving back to the community through this way. Again, just coming into the studio and being on radio, to me, it comes so naturally. To address a room full of people is nerve-wracking. To be on air is something that I think I was born to do. So alhamdulillah for the opportunity, alhamdulillah to serve the community. It's not an easy task, as you fully know, behind the scenes, there's a lot of admin. There's a lot of things that we need to do. There's a lot of struggles that we have personally that nobody knows about, but it's at the very same time, I think we're leaving behind a very powerful legacy. And I hope we can nurture the young ones of this generation to take up Islamic media. I mean, we've been in the game for very long. I don't view any woman in this space as competition. Everybody deserves to be in this space. Everybody They have to be empowered in the space. I will give airtime to any Muslim woman in media because I know the struggles of it. And we are very small. We're a small community.
100%.
And I just want to nurture the young people and nurture their minds and encourage them to follow this path because really and truly it's all about giving back.
Oh, fantastic. I love you brought up so many
Sometimes
important
there's
points.
nice perks like chips
go
on
for
it.
it. There we go. That's the other advantage. Yes, I'm being the ready. Go for the chips. I'm giving you some Steers chips. They asked if there's one for you as well. And Steers apparently at one point won the best chips, wasn't it? At one point, they had the best, most original chips. You can't.
I'm a
Steers
potato
chips.
girl, so
Yeah,
I'll go for the
and
chips
it's genuine chips. It's not the fake ones.
Yes.
This is real potato chips. So we're enjoying that, and I'm not sure my flavor tastes very. There's like a Turkish delighty sort of strawberry flavor going on there, but that's a delicious one. You've got a milkshake also, Asif enjoying his milkshake. But you made such an important point about you. Often what happens is once you've gained a certain amount of experience in the industry, you think, okay, you need to now step out. You need to now go into commercial radio, or you need to go out into different facets of radio. But I feel sometimes the biggest way, like you said, not only giving back, but it's empowering.
Of course.
Building our community radio. It's building Islamic media. We need to encourage young individuals today, matriculants, to study journalism, to get
100%.
into investigative journalism, to be on TV, to be represented, to
Of
get
course.
into
In
the
any way
media.
you can give back.
Do you find in Johannesburg as well, even you find a lot of interest from the younger generation in getting into the field?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
We never got into the field for the fame. You know,
Right.
when we started off, it was that real passion for media. In this generation, and I don't want to grossly generalize, but it's a lot about instant gratification. It's about the follows and the likes. And I think our path, our trajectory was first being on shows, behind the scenes, doing the menial tasks. And then you slowly build it up. And then we started to incorporate social media.
Right.
And through social media, you welcome yet another audience. You do get well known, but it's not about the fame. It's not about being recognized. It's not being an influencer. It's not about getting free stuff. It's about dedicating time to your craft. And unfortunately, I think young people, there is an interest. I used to host media development workshops a lot in Johannesburg at the schools. But the first thing they want to know is, I want to do this because I want to be an influencer. I want to do this because I want likes and follows and I want people to know me.
Start a
And
YouTube
it's
channel,
not about that.
yeah.
It's not, being well known is not a good thing. It's not, privacy is an asset in this day and age. It's a very wonderful thing to have, to be a private person and not to be known. So yeah, it's kind of like you've got to encourage the youth that everybody starts somewhere. You've got to build this brand. You've got to build your rapport with your listeners. What was your first show, Salma? That first show, it sticks in our mind.
Yes.
The ums
You'll
and the
remember
ahs
those
and the
original listeners that called you and supported you.
yes, of
Yeah.
course. And then that almost like your face is burning, like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that on air. But you build slowly but surely, you keep building it. Every show is an opportunity, is a springboard. Or what can I do better? It's not, I'm going to sit with a show. This was a fantastic show. I'm going to be proud and boastful about the show. It's like, what can I do better? Well, how can I improve? And that's how we build up to where we are. And I hope our young people can be encouraged to join and start from the very bottom and build up their careers in Islamic media. We can offer free mentorship at any point.
Yeah,
inshallah.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because also just opening the platform to have people and collaboration, how important that is, like you mentioned that as well. Let's go on to our number 9 track for today, introducing. This one is very new, just released. It's the 99 Names of Allah by Muhammad Tariq. Tell me if the tune sounds a little familiar. It reminded me of a little something that we sing with our kids. Here goes.
السلام المؤمن العزيز الجبار البارئ المصور الغفار الرزاق الفتاح العليم
Number 9.
الباسط
New release from the SAFEERA.
الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم الحليم العظيم الكبير الحفيظ الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع المجيد الباعث الشهيد الولي الحميد المحسن المبدئ المعيد
المحيي المميت
الحي القيوم
الواجد الماجد الواحد
الصمد القابض المقتدر
المقدم المؤخر
الأول الآخر الظاهر
الباطن الوالي
المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط
الجامع الغني المغني المانع
النافع النور الهادي
البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد
الصبور الذي ليس فيه شيء وهو السميع البصير.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Your style upgrade is here. J. Jamshed's brings sale with up to 50% off on all items. From 23rd October to 3rd November 2024, drop-in stores or online at va.junaidsjamsheds.com.
महफिले नाते रसूल मकबूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अकीदत के फूल रेडियो अलंसार के ज़ेर एहतमाम ख़वातीन की महफिले नात 10th of November 189 West Road from 2 to 5 p.m. इस मुबारक महफिल की शिरकत के लिए टिकट अवेलेबल हैं अलंसार बुक शॉप पर। मजीद मालूमात हासिल करने के लिए जोहा को कांटेक्ट कीजिए 0633079237।
Spend 400 rands or more to win with Checkers Foods Kawi Park and Radio Al Ansar. You could be one of 8 weekly winners of a Philips 6.2-liter air fryer or a Weber Bright stand valued at over 2,000 rand. Hop into Checkers Foods Kawi Park, shop, drop your till slip into the entry box, and wait for your name to be announced on air. That's it. Checkers Foods Kawi Park. Certified by the NIHT, the National Independent Halal Trust, across the butchery, bakery and deli. T's and C's apply.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab. 10 to 12. Latest Nasheed. Celebrity artist features. Events. News from the Nasheed world. Top 10 countdown. Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab.
Salma Kazi on Radio Al Ansar.
It's a few minutes after 10:30. We're here. Sunday Lounge today is brought to you by Steers and Debonair's, Sparks Road. And we got tucked into a few things here. We've got some chicken wings. It looks like we've got some chicken. We've got a lot of chips, some milkshake. And you got into the, SAFEERA got into the Debonair's pizza. What is that? Like pizza wrap.
It's almost like a quesadilla wrap thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. This is a chicken tikka flavor.
Yeah.
And it's very tasty. It's
Do you
very
have
well
the habit
seasoned.
sometimes with the pizza to fold it over?
Yes,
I
I do.
love doing that.
And I have to tell you, Salma, I'm like team homemade. So I don't eat takeout. So like everything is homemade. So I have to say flavors are amazing. Very, very good flavor. And it's very well seasoned. Love this.
Lovely. Here's one for you. It's a barbecue one for you, Asif. You can enjoy that one. While I shall tuck into the creamy chicken. Well, I'm going to ask SAFEERA again. Now, something else people got for, when it came to your programs, a lot with your shows, but it's not just about presenting a radio program. And that's what I wanted to ask you, is a lot of it is engaging with women on your social media. You raise some really interesting, pertinent issues.
Yes.
Sometimes it's polygamy, if it's not, it's divorce, if it's losing your children, but it's important things. But what I find truly incredible is how much people are not getting the opportunity to actually say. What do you think maybe Muslim media platforms need to do more of to actually rip apart these topics? Because there's so much that you're seeing is talked about on podcasts and things, and we'll get to your podcast soon.
Yes.
But how much do you think there actually is that isn't being said, that needs to be said on our platforms?
You know, Salma, a couple of years ago, I took this brave step. I said, I'm making an Instagram page. I had like 5 followers on the page. And every day I would post content on my page consistently. And I said, Instagram is, there's things there, there's people there, there's people trying to sell you things. I want to give back to the community in some way. So every week I would pose a question and I'd say, what's your thoughts on this question?
Yeah.
And it started to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually I had to take it over to my next page because I actually ran out of stories.
Yeah.
And I realized that so many people are going through so much and they want to be heard.
Yeah.
People want a platform to say, my mother-in-law is working on my nerves today.
Yes, I know.
Or, my husband's been cheating and this is a big issue in my life. Or I'm having issues with my child, or I have an autoimmune, or I can't sleep at night, or this is bothering me, or my mental health has deteriorated. After COVID, these open lines got so intense that I felt like people were trauma dumping on me in the DMs. And I actually felt like I needed to go for therapy because it was too much. And my therapist is like, you have two shoulders. You don't need to carry the world.
You went to a therapist?
I went for therapy. I had to go and speak to somebody because it got overwhelming because I would be up at night thinking, this auntie is going through something and how do I help her? And as much as we advocate for mental health, the reality of the matter is that there is not help available. Firstly, it's expensive. To get mental health resources is very expensive and it's not easily available. Also, a lot of people have taken up this life coaching, rightfully so. There's amazing life coaches, but some are doing it for money. It's become a big money-making scheme. It's an issue where if you go to a life therapist and now she's going to tell your issues to everybody else. And again, a lot of people are not qualified. If you are going through deep trauma, you need to see somebody who's qualified to help you. So it's been me all alone with Atlas shoulders, trying to figure out how I can connect people to the right therapies, the right resources, and to help people because once again, some people just need a space to vent. I've eventually compartmentalized it and I said, you know what, this is the platform. Say what you need to say, do what you need to do, and if I can, I will be able to help. But it's been it's been incredible. It's been really hectic as well. I won't lie. It's taken a lot of toll on me.
I can
think I've aged like 5 years.
Actually, no, I can imagine. And it's such a reality as well when you think of the woman and what she's going through and you realize that as much as we think we have so many ulama in our country, we have so many organizations, we have so many collecting funds for different places and parts of the world, but your next door neighbor may be going through the worst and unable to get any
like
help
COVID
at all.
for me was shocking. Like I would know somebody and she's driving a BM and she's like, Saf, we've been living credit card to credit card and I don't have money for bread and milk. Please help me.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, but I can't go to anybody in the community. People are going to judge me. I can't go to an NPO because look at me. Look at my life from the outside. I've got kids in private school. I didn't expect COVID to happen. I didn't expect lockdown to happen. I didn't expect to lose my income. Everything we live on credit. Please help me. I need a loaf of bread and milk.
And this is a stranger?
It's somebody who's been following my page.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, I need to make a plan. And luckily I have this really good friend, her name is Shakira, and she's an accountant, and she would help me to facilitate assistance. But it just made me realize that what we see from the outside is not the full picture. People, everybody, you, me, engineer, everybody, we're going through something. Don't judge people from the external and just be kind to people out there because you have no idea the struggles people are going through. You have no idea the pain people are going through. As on radio as well, we have like this whole put together persona.
You've got to come on and sound happy no matter what
you can be crying and then you're like wiping the tears and you're like, okay, I need to do my show. Assalamu alaikum. Everybody's going through something. Wow. Guys, be kind out there. It's not easy. People are struggling.
I want to talk more about that for sure. But the show today is brought to you by Steers and Debonair's Sparks Road. While I'm tucking into my creamy chicken, which is literally the most delicious thing. I need to order more of this.
It's really literally lovely. Like I'm going to show it to the camera.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
She's got a chicken tikka one. We gave Asif the barbecue. I think there's bacon in there as well. And my one is creamy chicken. And we've got a bunch of other things that are new on the Steers menu and on the Debonair's menu as well. So you can rush over to Debonair's and Steers on Sparks Road. For now, here's your number 8 track. Ever felt like life's tests and trials are too difficult to withstand? And SAFEERA did not know what the next track would be. In Break the Chains, Mahir Zain reminds us that even in our darkest and most difficult moments, we have the strength to rise. This powerful song speaks to Palestine and every heart that's been broken but refuses to give up. With Allah's will and His strength, we can heal, find courage, and break free from our chains.
Was about the day when I can say that nothing can hold me down. I will fight through all the pain. It's a journey I will make. You can try, but you
Number 8.
never break this heart of mine again. Sometimes it feels like freedom is far away, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains, yeah. Sometimes it feels like nothing will ever change, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains, yeah. You wanna tear me apart, but I am strong, I am strong. No matter how hard you try, I'll never let you see my tears. I finally found the place where I belong. I belong, I'll rise beyond and soar above my fears. I will fight through all the pain. It's a journey I will make. You can try, but you will never break this heart of mine again. Sometimes I feel like freedom is far away, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains, yeah. Sometimes it feels like nothing will ever change, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains, yeah. It's not easy, I know, just gotta let it go. I will forgive with all my heart and soul. God has given me the courage that I need, so I can live with honor and dignity, 'cause I am free, yes I am free. Sometimes it feels like freedom is far away, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains, I will break all the chains. Sometimes it feels like nothing will ever change, but I know, yes I know, I will break all the chains. Sometimes it feels like it's far away. No, I know, I will break all the chains. I will break all the chains. It feels like nothing will ever change, but I know, yes I know.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Famine, conflict, and severe economic decline make the humanitarian crisis in Yemen the worst in the world. More than 20 million Yemenis do not know where their next meal is coming from, and over 10 million are suffering extreme levels of hunger. With your support, the Al Imdad Foundation delivers essential food aid to starving Yemeni communities. It's a question of survival. So let's do what's right. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Come get our butcher's best fillets at Checkers Foods Kawi Park. Enjoy certified halal butchery products like chicken breast fillets, just $59.99 per kg. Tenderized beef steak, just $89.99 per kg. Bulk lean beef mint, just $89.99 per kilo. Texan steak, $89.99 per kg. And leg of lamb, just $149.99 per kilo. Deals valid until Sunday, October 27th, only at Checkers Foods Kawi Park. Now certified by the NIHT, the National Independent Halal Trust, across our butchery, bakery, and deli.
Mark your calendars for Durban's most anticipated event, the exclusive Hijab's Talk of the Town sale, October 26th to October 28th. Unbeatable offers, 2 Turkish scarves for 250 Rand, 3 exclusive hijab collection scarves at 150 Rand, 15% off our new signature collection. That's not all. We're giving away 5 vouchers worth 100 Rand each at our Kenilworth Road location. Join us at 222 Kenilworth Road, Overport, Mariam B Center. Hurry in and elevate your style. Follow exclusive_hijabs_EH or call 072 306 6786 for more information. Exclusive hijabs, where elegance meets affordability.
اللهم احفظ المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الحاقدين اللهم أعد المسجد الأقصى إلى رحاب المسلمين اللهم وطهر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين اللهم عليك بهم فإنهم لا يعجزونك يا قوي يا متين اللهم منزل الكتاب مجري السحاب هازم الأحزاب سريع الحساب اهزم اليهود وزلزلهم يا قوي يا عزيز.
The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab, 10 to 12. Latest nasheeds, celebrity artist features.
حبيب رسول الله
Events, news from the nasheed world.
حب من يحبه مصطفى
The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab.
And we're back. It's almost 10 to 11. The show today is brought to you by Steers and Debonair's on Sparks Road. And they've sent a bunch of things for us to enjoy in studio. We got our milkshakes. We got our Steers chippies. And of course, the Steers little seasonings, which I'm going to stash away because my daughter loves these spicing on any chips. We've had to buy the Steers spicing because, yeah, she's just obsessed with that. So, and then we've got a bunch of these little packets, which I know some of them have wings in it. And some looks like chicken pieces that are there. So I'm keen to taste those. And thankfully, they are mild. So thank you for the team at Steers for sending through that. There
Come
you
on,
go.
Selma, you from Durban. You cannot be ordering mild.
No, they send mild. I didn't
Really? Just spicy is the way to go in this part of the world.
Definitely. But that smell is insane. I'm gonna, yeah, but I can't tuck into that so badly on camera. How would I look? I don't even know. But yeah, we are live on Facebook and YouTube as well. We're joined by SAFEERA KAKA in studio, and off air we were having an interesting conversation. And I think that's something we need to talk about, to maybe bring up the issue of actually making money, the struggle post-COVID, because you support a lot of businesses. And here in community radio as well, we are constantly having to think, how can we give the platform to small growing businesses while at the same time, a business is a business, you've got to pay, there is some sort of transaction, the radio station has to run also, but at the same time you need to support growing businesses and the need for small businesses nowadays when the larger businesses somehow have to also consider where they're investing their budget in sponsoring and advertising, and then you have the smaller business who are really counting those pennies and thinking, can I pay that money for an interview on Radio Al Ansar? How important is that supporting? How hard is it? How big is the struggle right now to actually
what needs to be
bank?
studied is post-COVID, how many of our families took on side hustles. I call them the side hustles because you had to supplement your income. You needed to. The cost of living crisis. We haven't recovered financially.
No.
Many families have not recovered from COVID. So for me, Salma, my platform is open to any small business because I know from a family where your income is reliant on a small business, what I saw my mother struggle, I saw my dad struggle, I saw how difficult it was for them to educate us. So for me to give back is to give back through this, because people are making money, and you'll go to souk or fair or pop-up, and you'll go and you'll question them, oh, why is this so expensive? But they are not using that money for anything but feeding the kids, clothing the kids, buying something for the house, buying something, nice after this fair. For a lot of them, that's their source of income for the month. That is what they're earning.
Waiting for you to buy that.
They're waiting for you to buy that. And you can see, you may not notice it, but I've spoken to a lot of small business owners, and, that sale means everything to them, because now I can go grocery shopping after this. And we all know the cost of living is escalating. So especially for the food pop-ups, just to make this item is costing you so much of money. And that's why I believe support. It's difficult for us to give airtime because we ourselves are small businesses, if you could call it that, as radio stations. We're barely trying to make ends meet a lot of the time. You've got to pay your staff, you've got to pay. There's a lot of expenses that go into doing broadcast. But I've opened my entire page for a small business. I said, if you guys need anything, I feel very shy when people send me things because I know it costs you something to send it to somebody. But I will try and post for you. I will make sure that I support and I promote, because where else does our support come from? We go every day for our entire lives to the big stores. And when Gaza broke out, did they ever support us?
Yeah.
Whereas when we work in the field of marketing, we go to a small business, we say, we're having a fundraiser. Can you guys give something? We just did the pink eye tea recently. Aunties would give us like 200 biscuits. Somebody sponsored like a few items like cupcakes and that for our entrance table. And to so generously sponsor for charity, it comes from who? It comes from the small businesses. Even before those big businesses, you can go and write 10 letters to the banks, the people we bank with, to the everyday supermarkets we go from. They're not going to give a cent back.
Follow protocol.
These small businesses will run at a loss, but they will sponsor from the bottom of their hearts the last cent for whatever charity organizations, any charity relief work that's happening in our communities. So I always say encourage and support, and where we can, we will try and promote you guys. It's tough even in the influencer space. They're charging small businesses. If you can afford it, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, influencers and, like we said, micro influencers and people that are on social media and using their social media platforms should not be taken for granted, because that is very powerful.
Yes.
That's a very powerful tool. And it's gone are the days where you just send them a cupcake and they're going to post a picture and say, thank you for the cupcake.
No.
There's actual protocol now. When you approach them, you have to ask them for their rates. Will you post a picture? Will you post your rates? Will you take a reel? Are you sharing to your stories? You also now, what I like is, because I started doing that with my own Instagram, was having it as a business platform. So you're able to see your views and how people are actually engaging with your content, and you know what's working. Because sometimes if you're somebody that is wanting to perhaps monetize on your social media platform, and I had this discussion again with somebody recently who said YouTube is a big way if you're good at making maybe a cake or something, film a few videos and you can actually make money like that simply off the platform.
Yeah. I always say do it. People
Just
come
try.
to me and they say, I want to do a cupcake business, but there's thousands of cupcake businesses, but it's not you. You don't, it doesn't have your special Salma, Kazi, Wahab's little flair that you make a cupcake. Maybe you put the eggs after, maybe you put okay, but it's how you make it.
Yeah.
And if it is meant for you, Allah will bring it to you. He will bring you the customers. He will bring you the clientele.
Sure.
You put your full trust and faith in him, and
Tie that camel.
You just go and you post and you say, SAFEERA, Salma, please help me. I'm doing a little business. Go for it. Do it. Don't be shy. Just go and start your business. You will see amazing things happen. And that's why I'm sitting here right next to you with a book.
The mighty watermelon. We still have to touch on that. We're going to still talk about SAFEERA's journey on Hajj, what that experience was like for her. Beautiful, emotional one at that as well. We followed it every step of the way. We also know that you started your podcast.
Yes.
We want to talk about that. So we're going to go through Hajj. We're going to talk about the podcast. And we're also going to talk about the launch of the mighty watermelon. What is that mighty watermelon all about? Why is it all a buzz and craze on social media right now? And we're also giving away 2 signed copies to listeners by the end of the program. We've got to still count down our nasheeds, and we've got to still chow down on our food. We've got steers and steers chippies. It's just chicken. I want to go into these wings, but I'm not doing it live on camera. So I'm going straight for the wings while you can enjoy playing after a very long time. We're featuring him. This one is by Tariq Owais Malinga, Abdul Malik Rajab, Hassan Manjete, Sadiq. I hope I said his surname right. I'm going to just get the correct pronunciation of his surname. But this is Salam Ukutula, a beautiful one. I played some good listening to this over the weekend, and I said, I'd love to play this on the Sunday Lounge. So enjoy this one. It'll take you right up until the news.
Number 7.
Salam, Salabutula, Salam, Salabutula, Salam, Salabutula, Salam, Salabutula, Salam, Salabutula, Salam, Salabutula, over miles away, oceans and lakes, one ummah under the sun. Allah gives you peace, spread it everywhere. From you comes salam, and with you is salam. Freedom, 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 and in naam van Allah. Siening, 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 en in naam van Allah. Mag Allah met jou wees. Van jou komt salam, en met salam is jou salam. Salam, 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 ya salam.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Radio Ansar. An informative Islamic global perspective. This is Al Ansar News.
Making news, these are the 27th of October. The news from Durban, 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM. The South African Weather Service is warning of severe thunderstorm, damaging winds in KwaZulu-Natal. America Munina. The South African Weather Service has issued 2 weather warnings for KwaZulu-Natal. It says there is a 60% chance of rain expected over most parts of KwaZulu-Natal today. Weather forecaster Spesihle Dlamini says there is also a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms. The warnings are expected over the most parts of KwaZulu-Natal except the northeastern part, which includes the areas of Mbazwana as well as Pongola. Further report says there is a level 2 warning for damaging winds over the extreme parts of western KwaZulu-Natal today. The weather forecaster Dlamini says the wet weather will continue until tomorrow. In other news now, the Peter Maritzburg Economic Justice and Dignity Group says the country's child support grant is simply not enough to feed child nutritious meals for a month. The group says the index for October 2024 shows that it costs 941 rands 51 cents to feed a child nutritious meals for a month. The group's Mervyn Abraham says the child support grant is below the food poverty line of 796 rands and 44% below what it costs to feed the child healthy, nutritious meals. The group released its Household Affordability Index for October 2024 this week. The group is tracking the prices of 44 basic foods from almost 50 supermarkets across Durban, Mtuba and Peter Maritzburg. Mervyn Abrams of the group says the outcomes are quite worrying. Buffalo City residents often complain that local authorities are neglecting them. That's according to local media. Local media further says that many are lamenting the lack of service delivery, such as water. But the municipality says it is working to change such perception. It has launched the East Bank wastewater treatment plant to supplement water supply. With the help from some German connections, the plant is environmentally friendly. Darby Gounden is the Buffalo City Municipality's International and Intergovernmental Relations Officer. She has this to say on the partnership.
Buffalo City has a partnership since 2012 with the city of Oldenburg. The partnership originated out of the provincial partnership with the Lower Saxony province in Germany, of course, facilitated by the Premier. And since 2012, we actually became part of a municipal climate partnership. You know, climate change is becoming such a big topic in terms of devastation, flooding, and rising sea levels, heat waves. And those are climatic conditions that municipalities need to be very in the forefront of. So we actually chose 4 topics that we would cooperate on, and that was water and sanitation, environmental issues, LNG, of course, and because of LNG efficiency and electricity. And at that point, we were having a lot of outages, with ESCOMs, also challenges. And of course, we also looked at the issues of water being a very critical part of our area.
More news now. A deadly shootout between alleged armed robbers and police in Alberton, south of Johannesburg, has left 4 suspects dead. Gauteng police say officers intercepted the suspect on the R59 after receiving intelligence that a group had intended to hit local stores. The attempted heist swiftly escalated into a violent confrontation and ultimately leaving all 4 suspects dead. Gauteng Police Commissioner Tommy Ntombeni says the officers were sprung into action to prevent impending threats. Police say this swift intervention demonstrates the heightened readiness against violent crime in the province, where armed robberies have been a growing concern. And finally, President Masoud Pezeshkian of Iran asserts that the Iranian nation would retaliate fearlessly and wisely against any act of folly targeting their country. The remarks came after Iran's Air Defense Force confirmed Israeli attacks targeting positions in Tehran, Kazakhstan, and Ilam provinces, saying the aggression was successfully thwarted. The Iranian army says 4 of its servicemen had been killed in the attacks. The Iranian president has hailed the victims for sacrificing their lives in defense of the country, condoling with the army, their survivors, and the nation over their death. Yesterday, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi addressed the issue on the attacks in a post on social media, strongly condemning the atrocity as a reckless and cowardly assault and a violation of international law and the UN Charter. The financial indicators ran to the dollar 17 rand 67, the euro 19 rand 7 cents, and the British pound is 22 rand 91 cents. Your weather now 26 degrees. A quick reminder of our top story. The South African Weather Service has issued 2 weather warnings for KwaZulu-Natal. It says there's a 60% chance of rain in most parts of the province. That's the news.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
Craving something sweet? Then come on down to the Muslim-owned Waffle On Cafe at Saxony Westwood Mall. Dive into our scrumptious waffles, pancakes, and savory waffles, or try our irresistible croffles. Quench your thirst with our gourmet milkshakes. Planning a kids' party? Then we've got you covered. Find us at the food court Sundays to Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Waffle On Cafe, where dessert dreams come true. Yum.
Urban Woman with me, Razia Ragwich, is turning 4, and we're celebrating in style. Join us for a morning of fun and an unforgettable live show, lunch, and what's a celebration without cake? Stand a chance to win an air fryer, and we have many other amazing prizes and surprises just for you. Don't miss the excitement. It's all happening on Thursday, 31st October at the Al Ansar Conference Center from 10 a.m. to 12. Tickets are 100 Rand, available from the Al Ansar shop. Hurry, space is limited to just 50 ladies only.
The Sunday Lounge. With Salma, Kazi, Wahab, 10 to 12. Latest Nasheed. Celebrity artist features. Events. News from the Nasheed world. Top 10 countdown. Sunday Lounge. With Salma, Kazi, Wahab.
Salma Kazi on Radio Al Ansar.
We're back on the Sunday Lounge, and we're with you till about 12 o'clock now. Today's a very special one brought to you by Steers and Debonair Sparks Road. We're enjoying our milkshakes, our Steers chibbies, and I got already tucked into the chicken wings. SAFEERA says she's going to hold on and really enjoy that after the show. She can get deeper into those chicken wings, but they're absolutely amazing. And I believe it's new on their menu now that they're offering more chicken items as well. Just to go through very quickly, and we are regular Steers shoppers. We're always getting the burgers and things like that, so you can get your loaded fries. One of my favorite things to get from Steers is, of course, that loaded fries with the cheese and jalapenos on top.
Sounds good.
The best. If you want to get it, and there's no halal Steers near you, then that is probably the best stop for you. Stop on Sparks Road right there, and you get Steers and Debonairs, where you can get what you need to with the burgers and the chips. And then you can, of course, some of the new items is what we've got now, the full chicken wings. You also can get chicken shots. You can get cocktail chicken cheese grillers, and you can get death by chocolate. Did they send any death by chocolate? No. Next time I'm going to make sure they send a death by chocolate you can get as well. Then, of course, you have your pizzas, and the new thing now that we enjoyed is called a pizza wrap. I love that. I think that's amazing.
That is really nice.
They've got chicken and spicy pine. That's a new flavor. Spicy chicken, barbecue beef, Debonair's chicken. And the pizza wrap has creamy beef and jalapeno. Oh, that must be awesome. So they've got lots of flavors on that. I love the pizza wrap type of thing. That is really cool. Like, I would have that at a party or something with your kids or even in a lunchbox. That's a great idea to actually have with the kids. So thank you for them for sponsoring the program today. And it really is filling those tummies very nicely. But let's talk something very quickly now. Besides radio, another big thing these days. Some people say radio is dying. I disagree with that completely.
Disagree completely.
But
we'll never.
I don't think anything can replace radio. As you can listen to all the AIs in the world.
Nope.
You can listen to anything and everything, but the connection with the radio is just something else. And people will roll their eyes and be like, oh, Al Ansar, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, when you need something to happen and you really want to boost that business and you really want increased awareness, you're going to phone Al Ansar and be like, 100%. Can we come onto your show?
100%. And radio is not dying.
You cannot replace radio. But something else that is really catching it with everybody these days is trending is podcasts.
Yes.
And why do you think podcasts have become such a thing? And why did you start one?
Podcasts are very interesting because a radio show, you've got to wait for content that interests or matters to you. In a podcast, there are many, 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 many topics. There's thousands of topics, niche topics. There's things that are discussed, and you can listen to it at your own leisure. And you go back and forth to school. In our Muslim community, it's taken on. It has really taken on, alhamdulillah. I started the idea about 5 years ago. I was very scared to launch on my own because I've been so many years in Islamic media. And this year was a year of leaping and blooming, alhamdulillah. So I said 6th of Feb, I'm starting my podcast. And I recorded the first episode. And it's been doing really, really well, Salma. I did not expect the response. I didn't expect that it opened me up to a whole new lot of listeners internationally, which was fantastic, alhamdulillah. It's a struggle. I think the biggest thing that I face right now is funding, because I'm self-funding episodes.
No, that's what I want to know, the logistics behind it.
Yeah, I think so. The response has been fantastic from the Muslim community. I think a lot of my listeners did carry through to the podcast. Again, opened up to a whole new listeners. But advertisers don't understand the power of a podcast. You know, in South Africa, it's still very new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasters in South Africa, but a lot of them are not Muslim. You know, they are South African Podcasters Guild Awards are taking place this weekend, and not a single Muslim podcaster was nominated in any category.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, it's still very new. It's relatively new, and I'm hoping people can understand the value of it. And it's not something that, you can talk about anything that interests you. There's I share a podcast studio with a mattress company. They talk about mattresses. It's fascinating. So it's been doing well.
Funny that you mentioned mattresses, because when we recently had to get mattresses for my kids, I didn't realize
Restonic has a whole podcast on mattresses.
It is incredible. I was surprised. My mother kept asking me, how long did it take to choose a mattress?
No, it takes very long.
Did you realize how many types of mattresses
You've got to research it. Salma, 8 episodes in, alhamdulillah, got nominated for the best podcast in the spirituality sector in Africa.
That was amazing. That is really
beautiful. It was
beautiful.
humbling. It was unexpected. I went with Crocs to the awards.
So soon. But so soon to actually get that kind of recognition. But like you said, it opens you up to so many different opportunities. And I think that's what brands need to realize, that when you're actually setting up a podcast, you are opening yourself up not just to those particular listeners that tune in. This is anybody and everybody that can search. If they're searching, how does it work? So if you're looking for a specific topic or
anything.
something.
So my podcast is currently called The Chai Lounge. I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Iono FM, everywhere.
Okay.
And it's very easy to listen to. Radio is a lot more difficult. Like if I'm in Gauteng, to listen to your show will be difficult. I've got to go to the internet and stream it via one of those platforms, and sometimes on the phone.
Just get our app.
It's kind of, but it is a little bit more difficult than a podcast. Like at your leisure, you can listen to this episode that resonates with you. So people ask me, where's the episodes? I'm asking, where's the funding? So inshallah,
we need to find the episode.
we're getting there.
Inshallah, for sure. Now that you're award winning now, I'm sure it will fall into place. Like you said, this was the leap year. 2025, that butterfly is going to open and fly for all of us, inshallah.
It was a year of blooming.
Definitely. And on the other side of this, we're going to talk to SAFEERA about her HAJJ experience. We're going to talk about that. What was it like covering HAJJ this year? It's 15 minutes past 11 o'clock. Here's Raif. This one isn't particularly new or recent, but he shared it recently on his social media. And I think it's so powerful and so important as well that we talk about it. And we talk about nasheeds like this. It is completely a cappella. And he talks about how when you're going through certain things and the common du'as that you make, there is no might or power but Allah. This is Raif featuring backing vocals and harmonies by Santessa.
Your mercy and protection we yearn, Ya Allah. There is no might or power but you. Help us on the path to see the truth as true.
It's the Sunday Lounge Top 10, number 6.
Muhammad and Kin, Ya Allah. Send your peace and blessings on him, Ya Allah. We need your grace to make it through. We raise our hands up high and we call on to you, Ya Allah. Our ummah is in so much pain, Ya Allah. Send your mercy down like rain, Ya Allah. There is nobody greater than you. Help us heal the world and make it feel brand new, Ya Allah. When we ask, we know you are near, Ya Allah. Oh Akbar, and we'll have no fear, Ya Allah. We have nobody else but you. Anything is possible with Kun Fayakun, Ya Allah. Your promises with hardship comes ease, Ya Allah. You are the source and from you comes peace, Ya Allah. Take care of the oppressed and the weak. Save them and protect them and fulfill their needs, Ya Allah. Give them food and keep them brave, Ya Allah. Send water and keep them safe, Ya Allah. We call upon your beautiful name. We're begging for your mercy cause we feel their pain, Ya Allah. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Allah, help us fight the evil within, Ya Allah. With your help we know we will win, Ya Allah. Our hope in you is firm and strong. You promise when we ask that you will answer our call, Ya Allah.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
حديث أدي قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best amongst you is he who learns the Quran and teaches it. The Quran is the greatest gift and blessing of Allah. Those who are making an effort to learn or teach the Quran are very fortunate as they are the best of all people. We should always try to learn to read the Quran correctly.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
Are you looking for a meaningful way to fulfill your zakat obligation? Look no further than Ashraful Aid. With our trusted track record, your zakat reaches those who need it the most in the most honorable and dignified manner. Visit our website at www.ashrafulaid.org.
Sunnah a Day, proudly brought to you by Sunpick, 100% pure sunflower cooking oil. Sunpick, cook more with less.
Sunnah a day. Do not eat food while it is very hot. Wait until it becomes warm before consuming.
Sunnah a Day, proudly brought to you by Sunpick, 100% pure sunflower cooking oil. Sunpick, cook more with less.
Imagine this. You're putting together a 7-color meal, from the creamy pasta to the glazed carrots and flavorful onion gravy. This entire meal is made with our 100% pure extra virgin olive oil from our La Familia range, bringing outstanding quality and taste to your kitchen. Shop La Familia 100% pure extra virgin olive oil at any leading supermarkets near you. La Familia, heart of the home.
Sunday Lounge. The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab. 10 to 12. Latest Nasheeds, celebrity artist features.
السلام عليكم نسمع زين حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد.
Events, news from the Nasheed world. Top 10 countdown. The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab.
Yep, that's where you are. We're on to our last 5 nasheeds now. It's going to be really fun and exciting. Can you guess which is the one that's still sitting at number 1? Definitely a listener's favorite. And we cannot wait to introduce them to you as well. We're introducing SAFEERA to a number of new nasheeds and artists Hey,
I'm loving it.
How has the Nasheed experience been for you so far?
Amazing. The last one was emotional and beautiful and
Lovely.
everything. All the feels. It evoked all the feels.
For sure. Raif is amazing. He's a US-based artist and he's also signed with Awakening Records. And they all got together now with the GPU. If you can, do yourself a favor and go back and watch it on YouTube or follow them on Instagram, and you'll find all the artists coming together. Maher Zain surprised everyone. It wasn't announced. While Humud Al-Khudr was on stage, he just popped up and came onto that stage and the crowd went nuts. They went absolutely mental when he got onto the stage. So that was so fun to see them all together. And also he learned a bit of golf behind the scenes. If you follow Harris J, you'll see that Maher Zain tried out golf for the first time. So you get to see a lot of behind the scenes and get to understand them better as artists as well. What was beautiful was when there was a private gathering with Maulana Tariq Jamil and Noman Ali Khan and a few others. And Maher Zain I think I'm going to find that recording and we'll play it before the end. And Maher sang Ya Nabi Salam Alayka. Did you see?
I saw it on TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, I loved, and you hear his raw voice.
Yes.
And
it's the first time I actually heard him.
It was incredible to
lovely.
just sing there, and he just started singing Ya Nabi Salam Alayka, and it gave me goosebumps because
Really
I said
did.
that was just amazing. And then Masood Curtis started singing Qasida Burda,
Yes.
and I was like, what? Wow. I can only imagine how the energy would have been in the room at that time. They are such beautiful, and you see why they are artists who they are, because their voices are amazing.
Really.
They really can sing. But something else, when we talk energy, we think Hajj. And
my goodness.
the energy of Hajj. And when we covered Hajj, and this Hajj in particular, I worked really closely with, of course, yours truly, who we know and love, and watching this program very closely, Muhammad Ayaz Kareem. We must mention it. We cannot go through the show without acknowledging
Mac, if you're listening,
his presence. He's very much listening. So yes, and he holds you in a very high regard as well. Having a long relationship with you in CII as well from your very beginning and his very beginning. So when it comes to something like Hajj, which we covered very closely, this Hajj broadcast, and you are a great part of Hajj, what was that experience like? Also going in, covering it as a whole, because I remember at one point you said you want to get as much information to relate to people so they understand it also. Because sometimes people will say, why is she sharing it? She's
Of
on Hajj,
course,
she must
yes,
focus on Hajj.
yeah.
But at the same time, you did so many people a favor by actually
Alhamdulillah.
sharing so many different things, the tips, what time to go out and stone, that experience with the rain and all that. Tell us what that was like. What was it like sharing it with people and experiencing it for yourself?
I want to prefix this by saying that I, like you, listening to the show, have had my turn for Hajj. Doesn't mean that I'm on a radio presenter and I've been covering Hajj in my personal capacity for years and years and years of my career, that I was able to bypass the line. So I waited 8 years for my Hajj experience, and every year I would think to myself, how will I cover it the year I go? So it was a fine line, but it came very naturally. There were moments where I shared candidly, this is Hajj, these are the difficulties, these are struggles, this is the amazing part of it, just go, everything works out when you get there. And then there was also moments where on the day of Arafat my phone was off and I said, no, this is the day I'm dedicating to dua. So it was really an amazing, life-changing experience. If you haven't gone yet, I will tell you right now, go on to the SAUC website, go and put your name down. Hajj is everything and more. And the only way you will understand it is by going there and experiencing it firsthand. It is a journey of the mind, the body, the soul. No two people's experiences are the same. Everybody has their own journey to Allah. You get tested before you go, you get tested there from time to time, and you get tested afterwards. But your entire journey is a journey of love, and it's a journey to find that connection. And on the day of Arafat, something happens and stirs within you. And it changes your perspective on deen and life and yourself and your soul. And it is the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, you're going to push yourself. Someone listen, I walk 4,400 steps
I
at home.
saw that when you shared that.
44,000 steps.
Me walking up these steps is enough to Kenya.
You do it, it's a journey of love. You leave everything you love and everyone you love, and you're doing it, and then you're pushing yourself. You are pushing yourself in every way, but it's the best thing on earth. Alhamdulillah.
Now, having covered it for so long, when you're actually there, was there any moment that you just felt, I didn't think it would be like this? Was it actually the exertion of it? Was that the biggest takeaway or surprise factor?
When I just got into the tent,
Yeah.
I needed to collect myself. So I just did an interview with Salam Media before that. I was outside. I didn't realize I was dehydrating. I got into the tent and listen, it is a small little space, a small little space. And I was overwhelmed. Like my brain was like overwhelmed.
This is the MENA tents now.
The MENA tent.
Yeah.
So I just felt very, very, very overwhelmed in that moment. I just felt like I thought I was melting in every way. My brain was melting. My body was melting. I collected myself and I had a very strict plan. I'm going to do this and I'm going to read this and I'm going to read this. And my mom actually told me, she said, when there's moments where you can't do anything, just talk to Allah. And I just sat there and I just like spoke and I said, I'm having a bit of a difficult time right now and I hope inshallah things are going to be better. And I just made dua and dua and dua and dua and dua. And eventually I started to feel a little bit better. I took some electrolytes. I started to feel a lot better. And that's when it was go time. And it's a lot about mindset. Like you could at that moment say, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, what am I doing here? Or you can push yourself and say, no, this is me on Hajj. I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm tired. It's not the best.
And everyone's going to go through it.
Everybody's going to go through it. And then you just change your mindset and you give yourself that pep talk and you say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it well. And you just meet people and it becomes the most beautiful experience. I want you to experience this.
You know, you said inshallah from your wow to him. When I covered, I'm getting emo again now. But when we covered Hajj, that was my intention. And when we did it, and every day we had this program which was hosted by Fahim Jamadar, and I was so into it. And I remember I used to get so many statistics and all these facts and figures and the Nusra card and everything that was going on. And then even when we went onto the Yawman Jadid in the morning and stuff, and I was like, Zahir Basa teased me and he says, are you like the official Hajj correspondent now? I said, seems like
Allah's going to take you for it. And I have to give a shout out to you Durban people, your groups, your khadims, your dhikrs, your ulama, your Durban people are cool on Hajj. It is, you guys bring the cool, the Durban people and the Cape Townian people, alhamdulillah. Because our tent was opposite the Durban tent. And everybody's so kind and so nice. And, you know, and Arafat was like going and like listening. You guys, some of the zikrs and some of the talks, and it's the best.
Inshallah.
Ever.
May Allah grant that opportunity to all those that are waiting to go. And like you said, you kept thinking, how would you cover it? The thought goes through my mind all the time. If I go, my father, everybody teases me and they say, you probably be by the Jamarat saying, how do you feel throwing that stone?
It's intention. Like
for sure.
You want people to experience this from your eyes, and you want to do it because I want people to go there and don't be scared.
You want them to feel that feeling.
And don't be scared. People are so scared. They give you like horror stories and they're like, no, don't do this and don't go here. And it's nothing to fear. And Allah pushes you and it's the best thing ever. Everybody, please go for Hajj. Salma, I'm waiting. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Allah will send you.
I mean, inshallah, for sure. Let's go for the very first time on Radio Al Ansar, your number 5 track for today. It's Alhamdulillah by Alman Nusrat featuring Umar Zaman. This is entirely new, vocals only. There is a music version and there's different sort of alternative versions to it, airing for the very first time. New release just this week. Enjoy this one. Alhamdulillah.
My tears they fall. I cry but no one hears my call. Maybe these echoes are my only friend. I hold that hope until the end. 'Cause when I look to
New release from the Sunday Lounge.
Number 5.
it's pouring down on me, and I know that there is no need for me to be worried. Alhamdulillah, 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 Alhamdulillah,
कभी आसरे कभी फासले कुछ है तलब कभी राहतें
खोया रहूं मेरी है ये दास्तां ये इनायतें तेरी बरकतें तेरी नेमतें दिखे हर जगह तू छोड़ना ना हाथ अब मेरा जब तक है ईमान इस दिल में तेरी याद महफिल में हर दिन नाश्ता है हर मंजिल है पार जब तक रोशनी जहां में जब तक आसमां में सितारे जिंदगी है बस तेरे सहारे अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
Salma Kazi on Radio Al Ansar.
You've tried the rest. Now come to the best. Vodacom Shop for smartphones, tablets, laptops, routers, SIM cards, gaming, and the latest accessories to complete the look. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection everywhere you go. Plug and play to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Get the right amount of everything. Vodacom Shop at the Pavilion Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop, Umlazi Megacity, City View, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall Pietermaritzburg, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton.
Calling all food lovers to Saxony Westwood Mall. Come experience a delicious halal food sensation at Ocean Basket and Saxony Coffee Westwood. Indulge in the freshest seafood, sushi and salads with tasty illy coffee, decadent cakes, treats and hot curries, toasties and snacks at Saxony Coffee. From cappuccinos to calamari, we have it all, including set menu packages for your year-end office function or family get-together. Saxony Westwood Mall for the best culinary experience.
Join me, Zora Khan, and other leading ladies at an exciting ladies-only Mahfil Nath program on the 10th of November at the Al Ansar Hall, 189 West Road, Overport. Time 2 to 5 p.m. Don't miss out on this opportunity and book your tickets at 150 Rand at the Al Ansar Bookshop or contact Zoha on 0633 079 237. See you there.
You've spent all that time, effort, and energy putting together an incredible business. Now, you need to tell people about your business. Advertising and marketing, it's what we do. Listen to this.
I'd like to say thank you to Al Ansar because after we aired last week, massive feedback, massive interest, which has been great. We've got so many potential clients in all the different areas from Pietermaritzburg to Durban North to Virginia.
Speak directly to your target audience. Get in touch with our sales department on 031 208 1601.
The Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab. 10 to 12. Latest Nasheed. Celebrity after speeches. Events. News from the Nasheed world. Top 10 countdown. Sunday Lounge with Salma, Kazi, Wahab.
That's exactly where you are, the home of the best nasheeds with the last 25 minutes or so to go. The show is brought to you today by Steers and Debonair's Sparks Road. In comes Boniso for his shift and he collects his chicken and chips as well. He gets to enjoy. Asif's already enjoyed his. Eric is very grateful for his. The newsreader even got to try some chicken as well. And SAFEERA is taking hers and takeaway. So she gets to enjoy it off camera. I couldn't wait. I just started having my wings while I was live on Facebook as well. But it's tasty. It's really good. And it is mild. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. So the mild is great. You could go one spicier if you wanted to, but it's absolutely delicious. So thank you to the team at Steers and Debonair's on Sparks Road. Go out and grab your chicken wings from them. I think it's amazing. If you could buy a bunch of these, that's a perfect Sunday sort of lunch to have, eh? Some lovely fresh chips and some chicken wings and your milkshakes and you're good to go. Oh, and some of those pizza wrap things. Make sure you get yourself a pizza wrap.
I'm going to give a personal recommendation for that one.
The personal recommendation
The
comes.
tikka pizza wrap. I think that was fantastic.
And it's light. It's not
It's
too
very
heavy.
light. It was lovely.
And that's nice for a
I'm busy watching you on Facebook Live.
Yes, we're live on Facebook and YouTube as well. Now, the moment we've been waiting for, the whole reason you're in Durban in the first place is to promote your new book.
Yes.
Why, amidst everything that you do, would you decide, oh, let me write a children's book? How did that happen?
Because I can't sit still. Because I don't know what's wrong with me. But
And it's completely written by you?
Completely,
the story and everything?
100,000%.
Your imagination?
My imagination came from my brain. I saw my little niece playing and I said, I'm going to write a story about Gaza for children. And I see this little scene coming up in my mind and it shows... I'm like, okay, this is going to be this book, and it's going to be about this little tiny watermelon and her little adventures on her farm, and her friends are the olive trees, and the antagonist in the story is this blue bulldozer, and that's how the story conceptualized in my mind. And I decided to write it, and I decided to self-publish it, which was quite a feat. And together with Jihan, who illustrated this book beautifully.
Wow.
There's a lot of details, a lot of Easter eggs in the book, and alhamdulillah, it came to life. And I can't believe I'm sitting here and promoting my book to you.
No, it's amazing to see that, because to watch you do all these like live reads and the book launch you did yesterday as well, and I'm sure it has been received well. But did you give it to your niece first when you did
I
it? Did you read it to her?
I did. It's been a process, just sharing the book with everybody. It's very emotional because writing is so private to all of us. But to go into this has been surreal. It's a surreal experience. I think this is a HAJJ dua that's been accepted.
For sure. And then it's also what makes it more magical is, like you say, it's your private thoughts, you're putting it there, and then now when you see those moms coming with the book and you sign it and you see it in their bookshelves at home, it's being read out to children. That is your thoughts. And what's your hope that comes out of a book like this?
So my hope is that children read. Children
one.
pick up a book, and families, mums pick up a book and they read to their children. The second is that they always remember that with patience, perseverance and prayer, mighty things are possible.
Sure.
And the third is that we can use a portion of proceeds from this book and help children that are being evacuated from Gaza with mental health resources. I know in the hierarchy of needs, it's not something many would regard very highly, but as an advocate for mental health, this is my intention, inshallah. So I'm working together with the Gift of the Givers Foundation, and I hope you guys can support this very humble endeavor of my very first debut children's book. It was hard work, dedication, poured my soul into this book, and I'd love for you guys to get a copy.
Oh, for sure, inshallah. We will confirm during the course of the week when Sister SAFEERA talks to Al Ansar Bookshop, and we'll let you know when the books are here, and then you can purchase it at Bookshop. It's perfect timing to ahead of our souk, that perhaps we could plan something for souk and for you to do something there. That would be great for you to definitely partner with that. And she's brought 2 books that she's signed here in studio, and we wish to give that away. She's going to sign it right now, and we're going to give it away to the first 2 callers. Asif, we ask them to call in. We're going to ask them to call in to 0861. Is it 904 904? Is that the number? The call-in number, Asif, correct me first. Munisa always helps me out. He plays that thing that says 0861 904 904. Whenever I say, we're going to just give 2 callers. The first 2 callers that come through, we'll give you 2 of those. Not one person.
Just been signed callers. I just signed it. And I'm hoping you guys can get your hands on the book.
Mighty watermelon. I can't wait to get one for myself as well. In the meantime, while we're waiting for you to call in, let's start our final 4 tracks. And these ones you all know and love. They're coming in from last week as well. Number 4 is my favorite. Muhammad Yusuf, who's working on something new, is busy filming it at the moment right here in Africa, on African soil. This is Muhammad Yusuf, and all the way from Sierra Leone, Omar Ali, Ya Habibi.
أي سعد قد أوتينا خير منهاج ودينا هادي الخلق نبينا ساد فوق العالمين أي سعد قد أوتينا خير منهاج
Number 4.
هادي الخلق نبينا ساد فوق العالمين قدره أعلاه رب ربي عفه عن كل ذنب في هواه يهفو قلبي بالصلاة على نبينا قدره أعلم ربي عفه عن كل ذنب في هواه يهفو قلبي بالصلاة على نبينا يا حبيبي قلبي لا يهوى سواك يا حبيبي من بالنور هداك يا حبيبي قلبي لا يهوى سواك يا حبيبي جل من بالنور هداك كم أذاب الشوق روحي فيك يا بلسم جروحي حلقي روحي وروحي للحمى نحو المدينة كم أذاب الشوق روحي فيك يا بلسم جروحي حلقي روحي وروحي للحمى نحو المدينة صادق الوعد المفضل ختم الرسل المكمل رب صلي زد وسلم وارونا حوض نبينا صادق الوعد المفضل ختم الرسل المكمل رب صلي زد وسلم وارونا حوض نبينا يا محمد نبينا يا محمد يا محمد حبيبي يا محمد رسولي 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 يا حبيبي قلبي لا يهوى سواك يا حبيبي جل من بالنور هداك.
You're listening to the Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi.
Is your car in need of repairs or some TLC?
At Sham Panel Beaters, we take pride in providing top-notch service for over 40 years.
Conveniently located at 140 Felix Lamini Road, Overport, Durban, we specialize in repairs for both insurance claims and cash jobs.
Enjoy a free diagnostic test, polish, mini valet with every guaranteed repair.
We treat your pride and joy as our own and are approved by all major insurance companies and brokers.
Sham Panel Beaters is also an AA and RMI accredited repairer.
Trust us with your vehicle today.
Did you see the lunch deal happening at Nando's Saxony Westwood Mall?
Gee, I did. What's a great deal. We should order.
Absolutely. I mean, Nando's are the OGs when it comes to flame grilled goodness.
Definitely the brand you can trust.
Nando's Saxony Westwood Mall is NIHG approved and brings you the freshest ingredients, memorable taste and flavors so enticing it'll make you come back for more. We deliver. Order one of our delicious platters. So place your order now on 031 266 2493. Nando's, fired up at the Saxony Westwood Mall.
Somebody gave you 500 rand now, what would you do with it?
I'd actually buy groceries.
Buy myself a cologne.
Probably full fuel, petrol.
If somebody gave you 500 rand now, what would you do with it?
Online shopping.
Honestly, I would get groceries for the family as well.
If somebody gave you 500 rand now, what would you do with it?
I would give you my kids.
That would contribute towards my lights and water bill.
I'd put petrol in my car.
Online shopping.
Put it towards school fees.
If somebody gave you 500 rand now, what would you do with it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't have to decide now. Enter the brain squeeze on the breakfast rush. Win, and you can decide later.
Salma Kazi on Radio Al Ansar.
And we're here 11:45. Let's take our callers. We only need 2 callers. We've got 2 signed copies of the book. I've got one for me also to take home. Thank you so much to Sister SAFEERA KAKA there, the mighty watermelon. So let's give away to 2 listeners very quickly. Assalamu alaikum. Who are we speaking to? Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we're going to wait for those 2 callers to come back online. Remember, the number to dial is 0861 904 904. Can we try one more time? Asif, is the line someone still there or not? Hello? No. Okay, so in the meantime, what you can do is we will let you know as soon as the books are available at the Al Ansar Book and Media Center. We want to acknowledge and thank Steers and Debonaires on Sparks Road for sponsoring our meal today, for sending a bunch of chicken to the studios. They have filled the studios with the scent of chicken and that steer spice that we all know and love, for filling our tummies today with fresh chips and pizza wraps, which is our new favorite thing. But there's the caller on the line. So let's try now. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Not working today, Asif. So while he tries, he says the caller is there, but he is trying to put the callers online. We have the two callers that are waiting, and they have already come through. In case you are trying to call in, he's trying to connect those callers online as well. He did say if we have the, should we try one more time? Should we ask them to call? Let's try one more time. Hello, assalamu alaikum. No, not working. Either way, let's just go back to our next nasheed. And what we're going to do, we're going to try and call those two callers. If we have their numbers, we're going to try and call them back. Here's your number 3. And this is a beauty. If you thought the other ones were good, SAFEERA, welcome to our top 3 in final order. Our final 3 nasheeds. This is none other than Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal by Saif Adam and Saeed.
I don't wanna wake up here. Someone help me carry this load. I don't wanna walk with fear no more. I will never leave my prayer. I know that you're always there. For every
Number 3.
you close, you'll guide me to many more. So many ways you show me your love. I'm thankful for all that you've done. For all that I have, for all that I lose, it still leads to you. For the nights that I'm down, for all I need now, my face meets the ground. For all that I have, for all that I lose, you still pull me through. For the nights that I'm down, for all I need now, Alhamdulillah. على كل حال. So many ways you show me your love. I'm thankful for all that you've done. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all it's thanks to you. For the next time I'm down, you're gonna be now. Alhamdulillah. For the next time I'm down, you're gonna be now. Alhamdulillah. على كل حال. Alhamdulillah. For all that I lose, you still pull me through. For the night that I'm down, for all I need now, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all that I lose, still leads to you. The night that I'm down, you're all I need now, Alhamdulillah, yeah.
10 minutes away from 12 o'clock. We're still trying to get through to the callers. 2 checks on board now. Let's see if we can make magic happen. Let's see. Do we have the callers online? Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. No. Akona. What's the word for work? Not sebenza. I sebenza. Asif, can we just put the mic on there, Asif? Thank you, Asif.
I
There
said,
we
did
go.
we bring the Choba gremlins with me? Because we have this thing sometimes on a Monday morning, like we have
It's the
technical
weirdest thing.
issues.
I don't usually take callers on the call, so that's why I caught them off guard today.
Oops. Sorry, callers.
But I apologize. We do have the numbers of the two callers. So if even if we don't get to speak to them, we're going to contact them. The two that did try calling, our apologies for that, for not being able to get hold of you. If there was any message now as we approach year end to the people of the world, what would you say? With what vision should they close off the year, and with what hope should they prepare for 2025? What would your advice be? Lessons to take from 2024 going into 2025?
I would say be grateful, very, very grateful to Allah for everything that we've been given. Just make shukr for every. We sometimes think we have it bad, but then we look at Gaza and, we all know the situation unfolding there. Secondly, do anything you can. Be brave. If you want to start a business, start a business. If you want to do whatever you want to do it, because things will never change until something changes. So do it. And thirdly is free Palestine always.
Yes, free Palestine, of course. Do we have the callers on the line? I heard something or the other happening now. Let's see. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
And who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Tasneem.
Tasneem, thank you so much for calling in. Where about are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Woodbank in Mpumalanga.
Woo! Are you a regular listener of Al Ansar or SAFEERA's?
Both.
Both?
Lovely. Thank you for listening in.
Are you excited? Now, how are you going to get a book now? We have to send it to Mpumalanga.
Gee, my mom is in Durban. I'll ask her to collect it for me.
Lovely.
For
Let's
sure.
do that.
Thank you so much, Tasneem. We're going to leave your book here. Do we address it to you?
Can I write your name in the book, Tasneem?
You can address it to my children, please.
Sure.
What's your children's names?
Yusuf and Azra.
Yusuf and
Azra.
Lovely. She's doing that right now. We will leave it at Al Ansar for you. Somebody can come and collect it from tomorrow. Jazakallah, Tasneem.
I will. Jazakallah. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, do we have the next caller on the line? Assalamu alaikum. Nope, not yet. Okay, thank you, Sponiso, for all your assistance and help as well. Looking at the time is running away from us, and we've still got our last two tracks to go. So let's go to our number 2 track for today. Asif, you know what to do. He just debuted on the countdown about 2 weeks ago with his brand new release with Zain Bika and Isa Isambaev. It's a beautiful one. This is Can Only Be. This one you have to sing along to. It's Khadija. So lift your hands, close those windows if you're in the car, if you have to, or close your kids' ears if you have to and you're a bad singer, but sing along with this one. It's Khadija Habiba.
The greatest love story to ever be told is the love of Khadija and the Prophet of God. Made for each other, both noble and pure. She saw him, she saw the greatest gift from Allah.
Number 2.
She loved and stood by him when no one was there. She comforted, covered him, easing his fears. The first of believers, his burden she bare. With her love and her wealth and with all that she had. Khadija Habiba, Khadija Habiba, Khadija Habiba, Khadija Habiba. وخير نساء العالمين هن بنفس الدليل المبين خديجة ومريم وآسيا وفاطمة بنت الرسول الكريم تألم لفقدها المصطفى وكان شديد المحبة لها ويكرمها ويجنها ويذكرها بالخير والوفاء خديجة حبيبة حبيبة خديجة حبيبة خديجة خديجة الحبيبة خديجة الحبيبة. Respected, beloved, successful and strong. Raised in a status, she was so much more. With Asiya, Fatima, Maryam belongs. Khadija were the greatest women to be born. It's said that her love was a gift from Allah. Jibreel would bring peace and glad tidings to her. Muhammad shed tears when she left this world. He'd remember Khadija as the best of them all. Khadija, Habiba, Habiba, Khadija, Habiba, Khadija, Habiba, Khadija, Habiba. وجبريل يأتي بثر السماء من الله يلقي عليها السلام يبشرها بنعيم وتفصيل الياقوت والمرجان. خديجة الحبيبة
Oh, beautiful one there, beautiful one. SAFEERA almost started singing here, but not yet. Had it gone a little longer. Asif, mic, please. Asif, keep my mics on, please. Asif, brother. There we go. But just as well, if the mic was on, we would have heard you singing along with us.
Oh, I don't want to scare your listeners out there, Salma.
Let's take that second caller very quickly, and hopefully she's there. Maybe it's a Khadija, we never know. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
And who am I speaking to?
Shamima.
Shamima, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, and you?
Very well, alhamdulillah. Where are you calling us from, Shamima?
From Overport, from Brickfield.
Oh, lovely.
So you can run just up the road and come and collect your book.
I'm just around the corner.
Fantastic. Do you listen to SAFEERA KAKA often? Do you know her?
I've heard her HAJJ, her podcast was very nice.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
That's beautiful. So who can we address the book to? Who can she give it to, or whose names can she write inside?
My kids, Zahra and Ghulam Hafiz.
Zahra and Ghulam Hafiz. Wonderful. So she's doing that. We're going to leave the books at Al Ansar. You can collect from tomorrow, inshallah, when the reception staff are in.
Inshallah. Ameen.
Okay, Jazakallah for listening in. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah.
Wonderful. If you missed out on the show today, you can watch it. It is saved on YouTube as well as Facebook. We want to thank and acknowledge SAFEERA for being here and spending this time with us.
Welcome.
I know it's not easy on a Sunday morning to come through, but thank you for coming. We hope you enjoyed.
I had the best time. The food was
the Sunday
amazing.
Lounge hospitality.
The company was absolutely amazing. And now I'm going to run to the beach. Because you guys
like
are the luckiest people on earth. You have the beach. So I'm going to be running to the beach.
For sure. Enjoy definitely with your Steers chicken wings. You can go and still chill and enjoy. Thank you to Steers and Debonair's Sparks Road for the lovely foods. Everybody's very grateful to you. May Allah grant all the barakah to them on Sparks Road, and we'll see them very, very soon. Be coming to buy more pizza wraps. I'll give the honors to you, SAFEERA, our number one track for today.
Gives me great honor to announce your number one track on the Sunday Lounge is Salam Alaik by Mikhail Mala.
Assalamu alaikum. Until next week.
لنا خاتما للمرسلين بدر الدجى رحمة للعالمين هذا الزهراء كم أشتاق لنلتقي وأرى عيني بالجنة تحت النخيل كالجمال